Before the crown and before the glory, there was grief. Israel's first king had fallen, and the shepherd who once sang in quiet fields now stood in the shadow of responsibility. But before he took the throne, David's kingship began in a quiet hill town, Hebron. The tribes of Israel had scattered, and hope was fading. Then the elders of Judah came. They remembered the shepherd boy who faced a giant when warriors hid. They said,
"You will shepherd God's people."
From Hebron's humble crown David's reign grew, and his heart burned for one thing above all: to bring the presence of God to the heart of the nation. So he marched to Jerusalem, not with a conqueror's pride, but with a worshipper's fire. He captured Zion, the fortress no king could take, and made it the city of David, a home for God's people, and a throne built not merely on stone, but on faith. And then came the day that the Ark of the Covenant, the holy sign of God's dwelling among his people, was brought up to the city, with singing and shouting, with trumpets and tambourines, with the king himself dancing in humble abandon before the Lord, robes flowing, feet pounding the dust in joy, unashamed and unwilling to worship halfway. And in that sacred moment, the Lord made David a promise, a covenant sealed in eternity.
"Your house and your kingdom shall endure forever."
Not just a king on a throne, but a king whose descendant would one day rule heaven and earth. The city rejoiced. The kingdom was united. And peace, blessed peace, settled like morning dew over Israel. But even a heart after God's own heart is still made of flesh. In the quiet comfort of a king's palace, at a time when kings rode to war, David remained behind, and from his rooftop, he saw beauty not his to take. Desire whispered, and he listened. Sin moved from the mind to the hand, to the throne room itself. And when the truth could no longer hide, David tried to bury it under deception. But sin never stays buried long. Then came Nathan, a prophet with fire in his voice and sorrow in his eyes. He spoke not as a court advisor, but as the voice of heaven.
"You are the man."
The king who once stood fearless before giants, now stood broken before God.